Hey everyone, it's your uncle, Uncle Burnsy here. Today we're going to play Citizen Sleeper. If you haven't heard, this is pretty much like essentially a role-playing game with dice, like for your choices. It's a role-playing game that's basically in the ruins of interplanetary capitalism. If you've never had a chance to play this, I would suggest you go and play it for sure. This came out, I think, like a couple years back, and as it says here, we got Season 2 coming up, I think the end of this month, January 31st. So I'm gonna just basically stream through this thing. Stuff up front, this is streaming on Twitch. It will be put on the YouTube channel Uncle Burnsy right after. Well, not immediately after. We got the last stream we did, which was for the Invincible, being released on the YouTube channel. These will come out sometime in the next week. So, sit back, relax, chill, and let's get into it. Let me see here. There we go. So you get to choose your character class in here, and I'm trying to remember what I had before. I think I had Machinist in my first playthrough, and I pretty much have like a majority of the achievements for this game. At this point, I'm just trying to get one of the few endings here and there, so we'll see what happens in our stream. We'll probably try to go for one of these endings, and then we'll come back to it. So we have Extractor. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. You're kind of noticing this little bit. So we're not human. We are basically company property, and we've escaped in a sense. So we're just gonna have to make life on a space station in a way. So what do we want to do here? So I already did Machinist before, and that is what, a -1 in engage, +1 in engineering, although that would work. Operator works with drones and high precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Sunbathe dice action allows energy recovery at home. So that's something here. You get +1, use strength or strength of will. Approach problems with awareness. I think we could do Extractor for this one. There we go. Unknown, where are you? Oh, thank you for the follow. The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting, minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. The first thing, it's at its worst when waking. When yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Think of that body. That's what I want to choose here. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the stink of blood, welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard, at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain at least. So yeah, think kind of like cyberpunk, You know, a company basically like took your mind and put it into a metal body. It's one of those moments. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Let's remember the others. You remember there were 10 of you, 10 that could no longer stand the indentured work, the routines, the slow decay. 10 whose belief in their promised future was slowly dismantled day by day until they realized they had sold away everything that could and would ever matter. 10 that would escape, or at least die trying. Some were lost in the shaft. Others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers, but the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if, in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. Let's try to rest. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes, the cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light, white as the cold, softer and softer, until a haze of dirty yellow, a figure appears. You are out. Ah, here we go. Oh, I don't know if What's up, syrup lover? Syrup lover, what's up? What's up? Oh, and then those of you on the YouTube side of things, when this video goes up, like, subscribe, comment down below, please and thank you. Oh, but let's talk with Dragos here, this old fart. It's been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of this scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, sleeper, you all thawed yet? Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance in sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to whole plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches. Its irising eye locks you with an unflinching stare, so there it is right there. Oh, hold up 1 second. Let me open up something on my side. Got it. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Or perhaps he is just figuring out what to do with you. I mean, I don't know what's going on. We're just here and I plan to survive. You aren't sure if he hears you. I won't ask you what led you to do it. To sell yourself to a corporation, and I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now. And you are just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. So I'm actually like, you know, and this is my second playthrough here. I wonder if like the original is like still living maybe years ago or something, like on the planet, while you're just working for the company 100%. You can never leave. Anywho, let's continue. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. SNARP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well, then no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence. A built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down. Separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? Yeah. I think there's other games before that I've played. I forget the horror game that kind of does this, that basis of you are a copy and not the original, but it's scary. It's very scary, and I mean, I know we have AI, or what we deem to be AI today, but I feel like we can get here, and you know, companies are gonna, the corpos, as in cyberpunk they be saying, the corpos, they're gonna have their way. And right now we're gonna die if we don't find some type of this essence that we need, or the serum. But for now, Sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Draco's glances up and away towards the glassy dome of the yard. The Eye is the best place you could be right now. The Eye? The station. You'll soon see enough. You'll see soon enough. Draco's impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. He trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Cool, we get to stay in a container. We get to run from the corpos. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet, and we just nod away. All right, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest, and with that, Draco stalks back into the Rex. His drone's already converging on a rusting hulk, plasma flashing, silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Okay. Oh, welcome to the Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore the areas of the station, and perform those actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move forward, time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. So, be forgetting. So, look at this. It's a little quick, but welcome to the Eye. Let's end the day for now. Empty container. You wake curled up in the corner of a container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? Escape? Getting answers? Building a life? I'm gonna say building a life. Maybe you did get lucky, finding yourself here. Maybe here, on the edge of everything, there's a life for you to build, but before you can build anything, you'll need to learn to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. I don't know if we want to stay here on this, the Eye, but we'll try to work our way off. That's going to be one of the endings I'm going to try to strive for, as I got one of them previously. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like a damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. Unirat, what's up, man? Wish I could subscribe on Twitch. I know. It's okay. Do what you can for support. I stream here, and I also have a YouTube channel if you want to catch past streams as well. Uncle Bernsey, same place. And appreciate that support. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright, polygonal shapes, like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it's long after you finish drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best as you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty much like we do a dice roll and have some dice. We have about up to 5, 1 through 6. The higher the number, you know, the higher the likelihood of success. So your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by 1 segment, so over time. Oh shoot, sorry about that. This game's called Citizen Sleeper. The second game for this is actually coming out January 31st, I believe. So I'm trying to actually get some more endings out of this and be ready for that when that releases. Let me see. So that's your condition. Action dice. That's number 2 is the action dice. So we have a health bar. And man, I've had my times where I've almost died, or I have died because of that, because I wasn't paying attention. This is what we use for our actions on the base, whether it's working, talking to people, or trying to, you know, even I think hacking, among other things. Energy, that's that third one there. We got to eat. Everyone needs energy, whether artificial or otherwise. So energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss combines condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. So keep yourself well fed. Try to use your dice as, you know, efficiently as possible, and make sure your condition doesn't go to 0. So Dragos is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it is implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Okay. The drone chirps. Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So, I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Sure. I mean, you gave us a place to stay, my man. All right then, he nods. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. That's the currency. Occasionally we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to the manual labor. You'll be used to it. And obviously I'll slip you a few chits. Cryo's another currency, but then chits is like your regular currency. I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. These, he pulls out a handful of small metal bars, air-walled cryo, isolated from the market. It's what we use for trade out here. He stuffs them back in the pocket. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can, and sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way that they are for me at the yard, he pauses. I need the help. Why? Things are a little tight, that's all. I owe a little cryo to a client here or there. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Looks like it's time to get to work. All right, let's go to work in Dragos' yard. So yeah, here you go. This is where you use those dice, essentially. And you'll see some things here where like the dice is like fully glowing, or it's just all white. If it's all white, 50% chance of a neutral, like a neutral outcome or negative, and it gets higher as you get more gold. So we want more positive, and then of course there's actions where it's, you know, risky. I think since I'm an operator, I have, yeah, +1 to endure instead of engineer, but you know, either way, there's like multiple options for like each type of action here. So positive, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, action succeeds, and then of course action fails. Either critical or repeatable. Critical or repeatable actions can only be performed once. Oh, criticals only once. Either safe, risky, or danger for risk. Let me see. Risky, so if it's risky, negative outcome means cryo or energy loss. The skill that this action requires, either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. So that's like these skills with your classes. You will level up as you go in this game, so it's not too bad. Either -1 all the way up to +2 for your rolls, and that's about it. Let's do, okay, so Adept Called In is essentially his little story here. And there's a time limit for that. So once this fills up, that's when the debt will get called in. So what we want to do, let's try 3 and endure, which the +1 turns that 3 to a 4. Let me see, if we do a 1 here, it turns that to a 2. So that's a half and half. I want a 3. Negative outcome, +5. So actions often progress the clocks. Clocks are displayed here. That's kind of what this is. So back to business, or back in business. Okay, yeah. So every time you get a success, this fills up. You might get like a critical, successful like moment or event, and you might get an extra item or cryo and stuff like that. I got negative outcome, so 5 cryo. Let's do here. So basically, this will succeed either way. Let's get the positive event. Oops. Here we go. Drives and navigation. So as an RPG, we get drives here. They're like your little, basically it's like your side missions or main missions. And what you can basically look to work to for the main end. I think there's 6 or 7 endings in this game, among other things. You unlock drives as you discover more about yourself in the world. That will guide you in specific objectives, etc., etc. You can track those drives, and any track drives, place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. So access your drive via the arrow button in the top left. And let me see, try tracking a drive to help you survive. So you're now free to make a life for yourself here. Look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition. Fill clocks to progress the stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home when you are out of dice. Okay. Hey, got +2 to back to business. So this is the positive outcome. Got some cryo. Survive. Find a doctor. So let me see here. So we can survive. Yeah, help pay off Dragos' debt. I think survive will push the main story in this sense. I think this is like a little side mission, but I like to, if people help you out, you got to help them back, right? Even the rustiest hole. Let me see here. Okay, cool. So both of these all go for back in business, so we'll keep to survive for now. I still have a... Oh yeah, and with the 5 turns into a 6, that's 100% positive, and I love to see it. Okay, and I finally just have a 1, actually. Let's leave real quick. What else do we have here? The construction yards. What's up in here? Assist a shipbuilder. You don't have the connections, but you do have skills. If you can get a shipbuilder to notice them, you might be in. Oh, I think this is the ending I kind of want to work towards, actually. But that's okay. Cool. Let's do what we can here in Dragos' yard for the first day, and then we'll just end the day off. Oops. Wrong one. Back up. There we go. A space colony. Let me think, because I am a Gundam fan. I've kind of considered a space colony before. I don't know. I think I would like to live on a space colony, at least if it's like, I don't know if I would be the first one. I don't know if I'll be the first one to be on the space colony, if you get my point. I want that to mature a little bit. Some people have been there for some years, and then it's basically like, okay, let's get in there now. But I wouldn't mind being on a space colony, so. For those watching, would y'all want to live in a space colony if we had the technology and it's not like early or anything like that? Would you? Great question, great question. I got a negative outcome. And no more dice. So let's end our cycle. And cycle. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping away from down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station. Like a web of texture in the smooth black liquid. Let's touch it. Why not? You find a point in the station and you connect to it. You pulse through it, follow loops, and pass under and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try in a moment of impulsiveness to connect to them. The flow passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried away with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out, try to grasp them, try to touch them. You notice a tugging feeling, pulling at you, insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours, all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second, you feel it waiting there, the station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored, and then it is gone. Ooh, uh-oh, we are starving. Endure, here we go. Your frame's photosynthetic skin allows you to gather energy through the sunlight. The longer you stay, the better. Oh yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong to be the first one either, because that's... Ooh, nice, I got some energy. Because that's kind of like, how to describe it? You have the chance to basically be the first in the colony and stuff, and you can probably make a living for yourself before anyone gets there. So that's a good one. Really good one. Okay, I have some energy, so let's do that. Kind of want to help my boy Dragos though. And this is like instant. This is instant success. Look at that. We can actually finish it here, I think. One more. Bam. And we got 50 cryo. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think it'd just be, I don't know, I think it would just be kind of shaky with being the first one there, but I mean, that's the risk you take, right? Okay, extractor, view character. Oh, here's our character, by the way. Just made of artificial. And then this is like your screen, and with our character, we have Endure here, which this allows energy recovery at home. So basically we have this already, photosynthesis. I believe other characters don't have it yet, but we'll get better as we go. Hard to kill. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. This is really good. And then we have a -1 for intuit, so like intuition. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh. Okay, let's move forward in this story. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape, suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in a twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands to the side, to focus on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. She is. It looks ugly to me. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. No, what happened to the ship? Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of a yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk. There are lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching. You wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container, the wreck of the Essen Arp freighter, lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered? Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own? A womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. He squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we are up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side. Winter Light. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, he repeats. perhaps just to himself. Take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. You got an upgrade point. Where do we want to put that? You completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Cool. Okay. Oh, and then notice up here where, like, to get this first section, you need an upgrade point, then you need 2. Actually, there's another one here. Then you need 2 and then 3. So, for our 1 point, I think I might get Engineer. Chance to gain energy after any engage action. That's interesting. And then we have a -1 on Intuition. I'm gonna put it in Engineer. Nothing wrong with random scrap, because that can be used to sell. Let me see. And we completed Repay Dragos. You've helped him clear his debt. You two are even. Cool. Study the Winter Light. This blaster ship came into the same yard as you did. Is there a connection, or are you just paranoid? Oh, interesting. I still want Survive. Oh, what's this? Helion Crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet. Oh, okay, so this is when they'll come. That's fine. Let me see what else we got. I have nothing else here. I want to go to this shipyard, though. I'm going to try that in a second. I need to go home. I'm starving. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars, reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse, but you begin to try. Let's focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all of this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid, or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange, but before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across the ghost landscapes of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see 2 lines, 2 threads pulling in different directions, as if they were tied around you. The first thread leads out, away from the station and into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching is approaching ever closer with each cycle, so someone wants to get that property back. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something. A sphere shimmering above a strange, angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. Wonder what I taste like. You open your eyes. Time is short. Well, oh yeah, so when you're starving, low energy, and especially with like actually not the starving part, but as you start to fade more, you lose more dice. So yeah, I'm gonna do a 3. I need some energy. Cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data, but be careful. These networks are old and strange. Click the eye at the top of the screen to toggle that on and off. Did I get some energy? Ooh, twice the energy. I will leave it at that. So let's leave. I got a question for y'all. Would you actually give up your body for an artificial one? That's my question. Maybe you can customize it. Maybe you can be more, but would you ascend on the cybernetic level? Let's see what we got here. We have the rotunda, we have the dock. Let's see what this dock is about. Salvage. It takes several cycles to reach the starboard belt and return. Okay, that's the salvagers. And then the rotunda. So we have something at the Bright Market and the low end gate. Okay. Let's see what this is over here. Pay low end toll. After some spacers cause some trouble in the low end, Yatagan have imposed a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. Okay, so we need 60 cryo to get in. That, if I remember correctly, that just extends more of the map here. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, if you give up your artificial body, it's like, is it on your terms? Is it on a company that's helping you out? So yeah, you don't want no one to control you. I get that. I'm thinking like, maybe upgrade parts of your body, but I don't know about giving up your whole body initially, personally. Okay. Why wonder when there are hundreds of people that live and work within the Bright Market? All you need is a courage to approach them. There is danger. That's engaging. Explore the market. I got -1 here. Local knowledge. The Bright Market is the busiest place. You can find anything and everything here. We leave that. I don't want to put some dice in there yet. Let's check the rotunda. Explore the rotunda. Or steal dock plans. Stealing them would be the fastest way to get to know this place, and the most dangerous. Getting to know that it doesn't just mean new places, it means keeping your eye on new arrivals too. And then Havenge watch list. They run the rotunda and their security watches their docks, better to avoid tracking their attention. Ice cream in space. I would think it tastes the same, hopefully. Unless, like, we're talking, like, futuristic and how we change and how we do, you know, what's this? Yard clearance. History or no, this ship is salvage. As Dragos always says, break it down, move on. Winterlight, the wrecked cutter has a history to discover if you are curious. So where do we want to put this? I think ice cream would taste pretty good in space. As long as you're not, like, in space directly. Alright, let me see if I can find certain people here. Haul materials or assist a shipbuilder. I think this just gives us money. Yard hand. The only way to get to another shipyard is to work here. No tourist here. So I'm gonna put all my stuff in here. Yard hand. Great. Oh, I get energy back. That's nice. Cool. I still gotta find a doctor. I do need money though. Is this I don't need to go there yet. Where is my home? Hunted. Someone is out there just tracking you. Following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. I don't want to die, but we gotta end this cycle. Oh, since I am recording and all this stuff beforehand, you know, Happy New Year, everyone. Hopefully you are working to achieve the goals you intend. I need some energy. I'm sorry. I can't be starving like this. I don't know on this one if that's a 2 to 3. Let's leave. As you close, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up. My man Fang. Fang is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins, you do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erlin said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We? You pass together into the main hallway. Havenage. We are all one dysfunctional family. He puts an arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch though. Don't worry. I'm with systems. And systems? Everything the eye runs on, he runs a hand along the passage wall. This place is ruined, but systems keep it spinning somehow. At least we try to. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around and, well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. He glances around, but this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. Then, when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks down the hall, raising a hand in farewell. That's your boy Fang, and let's do this. Ooh. So this is that vision here. That's interesting. Oh, I always like this visual every time. Keynotes. Okay. I wonder, I'm trying to think here. We need to, let's go to the shipyard. I want to keep on doing this one here. Oh, jeez. You know, trying to get rid of this starving is a little annoying. I wonder if I'm trying to remember if I need to do it down here. Ask for directions. I think I'm just gonna go back and I'm going to, okay, we're gonna get some stuff there, great. I'm gonna go back and do photosynthesis. Hopefully we get some energy back. Perfect. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 cycles left. I am starving. It looks like we're gonna have like one more day and we'll fade. So I might as well just use this one here. Good, I'll take that. Okay, so Fang is ready to go. Buy some scrap, unload containers. Scrap allowance, the big stuff goes, I see. We need 60. I would love, I just love, to have some energy. Ugh, only thing we can do is endure. Alright, let's go do this one for Fang real quick and come back. Sleeper. Fang catches your attention as you approach the Haven-Edge building, leaning against the bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come in this way. Security, all that. He gives you a look. You know. He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Fang inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates and things you don't recognize that glow with blue light. There is a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Switch your arm out for a robotic one. Sorry about I'm just catching this now. I get sucked into a game very easily. I'd switch my arm for a robotic one that can turn into a spatula. I think that would be cool. Okay, SpongeBob. Shoot, I remember that from SpongeBob very well. Fang leans on a server stack and gestures around you. You like it? It's incredible. Sure. He smiles widely. I thought you'd say that. He tapped a nearby server stack, which beeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from this sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. Probably like Fortran or something. He steps over to a towering block speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station. AE1, the one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they are seeing a constant concrete reality, but this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We are keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new. Dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines, humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. all these systems and sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. Makes sense, right? You are between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. I think he's talking about like the fact that we can view if we close our eyes and stuff. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Fang notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you are on the run, though. They are tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see, access protocols lost to time and decay, secrets, a shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place, break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Havenage, there is old growth, those whose roots trace back into those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. He pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. He passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can, you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods at the ceiling, have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step blinking. Back out into the passage, those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. A cookie scooper? That's nice. I'm thinking of like Metal Gear Solid, where the boss had like a red hand. So he had like a red hand that like, I believe he can like fire it off like a rocket launcher, but if not, I know if one thing, his thumb can flip back and basically become a lighter for his cigars. So I think that would be cool. Let's see about this here. Delivered data. We don't have the data, so I'm trying to think what we can do here. I got a 2. I do want to get closer to getting this. I'm going to take a risk. I'm declining. I got extra 1 in yard hand. We have disable your tracker, help Fang chase the leads, extract the past, extract the Solheim data, and study the winter light. I won't go down this drive. I mean, we could, but I'm really just looking for a way to get our condition up, though. Sheesh. Now, since I'm starving, we're going to take double the damage here. And I think I only have 2 dice left. Hopefully I didn't get a bad start. A 1 and a 5. Okay. Okay, let's try. I still want to do the shipyard. This will give me some energy back too. There we go. This will start one of the side stuff. Yep, Lemon Mina. There they go. We're gonna meet some more people. So at the shipyard. From the walkway, the sidereal horizon looks impossibly vast. A landscape of plating and frames. All along her flanks, torches flicker, drones maneuver, arc lights glint. The sense of scale of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. She's quite beautiful, I think. You turn to see a figure a little way down the walkway, leaning at the railing. He is thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitting and loose. The torches of the sidereal horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns to you. Lem. He leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring out the ship. And this is Mina. He adds with a smile. And then, Hi, Mina. She stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks her up. She's a little slow to trust, aren't you, Mina? She buries her face in the folds of his overalls. She's adorable, though. Mina looks out from Lem's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling among the rough material. You working on her, then? Lem asks eagerly, gesturing to the vast ship, or just admiring. He shifts Mina's weight to his other arm. Admiring. Understandable. He nods, gazing back out at the horizon. You like her too, don't you, Mina? He jostles her a little. She's Mina and my ticket out of this place, our escape vector, so to speak. How? You haven't heard? Anyone who takes a Havenage contract on the Cyber Horizon will be entered into a draw for the transit support crew. We won't get to sleep the journey through, but a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina if it means landfall in a new world, he winks. Transit support? Uh-huh. Someone needs to stay awake to keep the thing running. He straightens up, stretches his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Sailors Foundation is sending thousands to settle a system well outside the reach of the core worlds. It'll be a totally independent colony. No surrogacy, no corporations. That sounds crazy. Could be, but you see another way out of here. This way we can build a home somewhere with real gravity, real air, rain. He plays with Mina's hair absent-mindedly. Rain, Mina. You'd love that, I think. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Daddy, food. Pulling an exaggerated grumpy face. She glances furtively at you as she plays with a set of dog tags that hang from Lem's neck. I'm just chatting a little, Meanie. Give Daddy a sec. He turns back to you and you suddenly notice how tired he looks. I'm not on the Havenage crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friend. We have to stick together. He smiles a little shakily and you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard crew. For sure. He looks out at the horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches. From the vast hole. We've got to hold out, okay? You aren't sure if he is talking to you or someone else. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches your eye curiously. You agree, Mina? She straightens up and meets your eye. Daddy loves me. She says it stubbornly, daring you to question her. Lem smiles and lifts Mina. That's it. We hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. We are just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side, and she clings to his leg. Gotta go feed this one. He pats her back. Maybe see you on a shift, huh? He turns and they walk down the walkway, away from the shipyard. You see them talking, and then a moment later, Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot! Her shout echoes down the hallway, and she flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up with Lem. You watch them a little before you turn back to the impossible scale of the horizon. A ticket out. Ooh, a new drive. We have win a side rail ticket. I will want to do that. Why not? Unit assembly. Okay. You have a spot supporting the weld team and junior tech. So that's interface and this is engineer. So we're neutral on this. But I do need energy though, man. Fragment supply. Okay. Trying to think of. Only got one dice left, and if anything, I'm going to try to I'll try to use it for energy for now, and then we'll try again tomorrow. Hey, I guess that's a good one. Now we definitely need a oh geez, that was 2. Okay. And they're getting closer. Let me see. I don't know if we want to start this. I need to survive. That's what I need to do real quick. Need access to this. Find a doctor, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it on survive until we can do something. So we gotta be here. Ask for directions is dangerous, but we don't have a -1 there. Let's try it. Oh no! -15 cryo. Oh! All my energy's gone. We might have had a bad start, y'all, but that's okay. And I even lost some cryo too. See, that's the corporations for you. Taking our money. I would love. Nice. Nice. That's nice. It was a good stream, y'all. We had a good run. I am down dying. And I need this. And that's close to me. Nice. But it's too late. Oh. Oh my gosh, it's Slum Doctor. Next comes the call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down, your shoulders high in the queue. Try not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you were here, you weren't so sure. The gang enforcer at the door. I need it, please. The flickering light strips, the decaying hab block. They have all made the long queue a test of your nerve, but your options are few, and without a supply of a stabilizer of this body, your body will pretty much die. You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Look inside. You lean against the doorframe looking into the apartment. The entryway is dark, punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. You lean in and see amber light filtering through a far doorway, screened with plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. The slap of the enforcer's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. Wait your turn, he growls. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the bright market's sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above. And for a moment, you are transfixed by the motion. Come sit. Oh, come, sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turn away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak. They blink, and then quickly regain their composure. Please sit. They gesture to the bed, then turn to an open case of tools. You sit. Sabin turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in her hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear. Recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. Oh, and just a little heads up, if I remember correctly, their pronouns are they, them. That's why you're going to see a lot of their in here, but I believe they are a cis female. How long have you been on the station? They ask, the scanner still to their eye. A few cycles. They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying. Yeah. They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. SNARP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping. They built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with a stabilizer, one which SNARP remains the sole producer of. They look up. Sound familiar? Yes, good. That may help. They swap to your other arm, running some metal-thin device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. Oh yeah, it's a really good design, like the cape. Like you can see through it and stuff. It's so nice. I'm sorry, Sabin says, and you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers, as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and SNARP has no reason to release stabilizer into the market, obviously. They look up, as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabin works, and then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something, anything. They turn to you. I may be able to help. They sigh and you see the darkness under their eyes. Hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside. You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yadagan, yeah. They are influential in the low end. They gave me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers. Tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. But Yadagan has connections. Smugglers from the Star Ward belt, mercenaries, working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. They set down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous, and it'll be expensive, but I think we can do it. Thank you. Saban walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave, and Saban's still staring out and unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Let's go back. Oh. Okay, so I remember now. So this is what I needed to like at least trigger early. So I might have to do a little restart, and that's okay. We'll speed through it though, because this is pretty simple. I don't mind failing, because I do recall. I mean, I can't really do much here. I'm just gonna die. At least I at least show everyone what it looks like to die here. Endure skill broken. Reach 0, you suffered a breakdown. One of your skills is broken. It will be locked to -1 and all perks disabled. It can be fixed with 1 upgrade point. After you rest, your body will recover some condition, but your skill will remain broken until fixed. Cool, and I have nothing. Yeah, so you're a robot and it's weird how to say that. You have energy, excuse me. You could eat, but it's also just with your body you have the ability to sunbathe. So you put some dice in here to get some energy back. But this piece up here, that's why we need the stabilizer, which looks like we're a little too late here, because I can't really do much here. Yeah, so what broken? No, my endure. I mean, I can't really do anything. So. Gotta wait those 2 days. We're gonna start on the hard. We're doing hard mode. Oh, cool. I've never actually had that before, so there's always a first for everything. Data. I have a cipher. Oh. I did not know I had that cipher on me. Let me go to Fang real quick. No, not here. Where's he at? Yeah, here we go. Oh, no, that's the cipher. Okay. I want to... So we gotta wait 1 day. That's fine. We'll wait. I'm trying to think what we wanted to do. So we can gain some money. Yeah, this is locked. Ugh. Okay. And that's fine. Let's see what we want to do here then. So we can either help that boy out, or I might just do part of Fang's mission today, or finish this one out. Let me see. Engineer and interface. So let's just do some engineer stuff here. Oh yeah, I'll take that. I do need the money though. Okay, I even have 71. So let's go open up the... I need 1 more day to get at least 1 stabilizer, which is good. So let's pay this fee. This will open up the low end. There we go. And now, the low end is basically just, you know. So this is where we can basically be risky. We can do some block maintenance. Low ender. No one knows you here. You'll need to change that if you want to access the low end residents and facilities. Okay. So at least we got that one open. And let's go back to sleep. The hunted is going to push forward a little bit too. So let's see what happens. You'll also notice that like you don't have, you kind of want to do everything, but you have to kind of put your, ooh, hold it there, sleeper. Comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. So Stay still. Good, good. Hand pats your coat down. You know your master's voice. Ethan spins you around. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he has terrible news. You got all the way out here and then stayed put? That a sleeper thing? You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off of it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out from a belt loop without taking his eye off you. Making it to the eye, though. That's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pulled most of my contracts out of asteroid caves or off of godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Who are you? Just a freelancer on a contract. He reaches over to slide the rings around yours. Go easy. Make a break for it. You see a moment, you spin, knocking him away, and you sprint down the corridor. A shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes the wall beside your head. You freeze, and he closes the gap. This is a boring routine, trust me. I've seen it all before. He slips the rings over your trembling wrist. He nudges you to start walking. To the ship and home, he whistles. Going easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. We can work this out, can we? I don't see much in the way of assets in your possession. He yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all the way out here just to head back to SNARP right away. That tracker of yours makes this too quick. Was hoping you'd put up a bit more of a chase, you know? A running battle through the bright market maybe, or a holdout on the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. You walk on in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That SNARP tracker will be the death of you. Hey, I have an idea. He interrupts your thoughts. How about on the way back to the ship we stop for a drink? I'm buying. He laughs at the joke. I have a better idea. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems, and we are heading for the exit. He pauses, and you trudge on in silence. Okay, here's the idea. You and me, we make a little agreement. Here are the terms. He turns to face you. You run, or leave, or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme, you try to kill me, I shoot you. But, he smiles, you come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles and you pay my tab. I don't shoot you, he pauses. You don't pay my tab. He rattles his handgun. You get the idea. I get it. Okay then, that sounds to me like a deal. He stretches, you know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. He clicks something at his belt and the rings release from your wrist. I'm going to see if I can find my old stool at the compressor club. Come see me there. He aims a handgun at you, squinting down the sight. Let me just remind you, that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I'll know. So, if anything, we do have to help Fang out, and then, in my case, I want to go get the ending with the ship, with Lem and Mina. Ethan turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming, because this sucks. What are you going to do? You have a new drive. Buy a vial of stabilizer. Do I have enough money is the question. Plus a skill is broken on me. I at least want to try this. Scrap components. So I can sell that too. I don't want to put a 1 there. I would like some energy. Let's see what I need. The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshio's implants, like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark, and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with a case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating in the warm light. I have no idea how Yadagan, they trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I don't care. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but we need to be careful. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another but choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in what it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of yourself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. She holds up the vial, or they hold up the vial of a would-be stabilizer, excuse me. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its organs. Which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Let's do it. They crack the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and use that syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel a needle, your frame registering the initial injection but with little response. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabin appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises, like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabin is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? Yeah. The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yadagun acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. They look troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you are going to have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients. Sorry. Sabin nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You are going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Sabin, nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. It's okay. Hey, we're stable. I kind of wish I got that earlier. It cost 100, y'all. 100. Sheesh. I got a 1 compressor club, so he's in here. So I got 4 cycles to get some money. So if anything, I'm going to go and spend this at the unit assembly. I don't have energy. I actually will save this for energy. Never mind. Well, that kind of sucks for me. Wait a minute. Wait. Hey. I'm supposed to have photosynthesis. That sucks. My photosynthesis is gone. Nice. Okay. So we have scraps. And we can sell that scrap. I think that's buying some scraps. It will stay docked for as many cycles as it takes to offload its haul of scraps. I forgot where you can sell this at. I want some money. I gotta pay a dude. I have to pay the bounty hunter's tab on top of something. I can't. I could help Dragos, but I'm gonna let that one pass. I don't think it's gonna bother me. I mean, I could. Let me see if I can actually complete it. I do get money. There's a danger. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So that needs like 4 positives. You're not sure he's going to hold his nerve? Oh, what we got here? Pay his tab. Study the winter light and disable that tracker. Okay. Let's finish up this over here. Start low, work our way up. Okay. Give me one more, please. There we go. Random scrap. Perk efficient extractor. Nice. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gathers outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on receipt paper. These are their assignment numbers, and you are either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless and chatter rumbles through the lines. Let me see. For those who, like you, have graduated to the work team, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with the supervisor where you are praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Yet you can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come up. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Hey, sleeper, wait up! Lem's voice trembles as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through, Mina crying in his arms. Lem! Good to see you, friend. He is breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers. You made the work team, good for you. He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly at you as he comforts her, and her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side, shiny streaks down both of her cheeks. Aw, the poor girl was crying. As he does, you see he is clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. Waiting on a shift? Uh-huh, you know how it is. He puts his hand on her shoulder and she clings to his side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. He stretches. I don't know what a noise sounds from the entrance, a klaxon, followed by a list of numbers growing brightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wade to the entry checkpoint. Lem stops and turns back towards the crowd, then glances down the crumpled paper. That's my number. Shit. Mina, he starts patting the pockets on his gear, glancing around. Go, I'll watch her. He blinks a little, staring. Thank you, he crouches to Mina. You are going to stay with our friend here, okay? They're going to keep you safe, and he stands back up. Here, take her bag. He shoves it into your hands. She's got food. Shit, I have to go. He backs away into the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Then Len disappears into the roiling crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking care of his little girl. Now, would y'all take care of a stranger's girl out of nowhere? You know? Even though I have even though I got like that hunter on me and stuff like that, that's something right there. So continue. Mina stands staring, suddenly small without Lem at her side. She's adorable. She fixes you with a dark-eyed look you can't quite read. Hey, Mina. She holds the stare unmoving, the two parallel tear streaks still glint on her cheeks. You okay, Mina? She sniffs and looks down. Well, let's look in the bag. You unlatch the top of the bag and see a few metal containers, fashioned from scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked beside it is a ragged rabbit, hand sewn. Take the rabbit. You pull the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs waggling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on the rabbit. Give her the rabbit. You hold the rabbit out and Mina snatches it from your hands. In my head, I think of that one meme where that one girl was like, thank you. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun Bun, she says, staring you down, ferocious despite her size. Hi, Bun Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you and then walks him up your arm and onto your shoulder where he sits. Oh, look at Bun Bun! She pokes your arm a couple of times. Are you really a robot? Sort of. Yeah, she thinks, me too. Mina has more questions, lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe or if you rust. But before long, you were talking about rabbits and what Esther, the lady who usually takes her, smells like. And whether or not fairies live in the eye's heating pipes. You pass the time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by. Sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun the rabbit. And this is how Lem finds you. Just as both of you are starting to yawn, he is dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his legs and into his arms as he stumbles backwards. You two get on okay? He asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulders. More than okay. She shoots you a smile. Mina shoots you a smile from Lem's arms, her suspicion gone. Well. Looks like Meanie can be nice. He pokes her in the ribs and she squeals in delight. Thank you, friend. I mean it. He gives you a warm, wide smile. I owe you. Look, he glances around. It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. He grins sheepishly. If you have time. But now I have to take this one to eat. He plays at biting Mina and she giggles in response. See you, sleeper. He waves and they stumble off down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spacers as Mina's laughter echoes down the hallway in bright squeals. Sometimes you just gotta find the little things of life, right? Ugh. Need to get my Endure back up. So we got extract the past, disable the tracker, help Lem work. What's this one? Buy a vial stabilizer. I don't have that quite. So okay, I think we also want to work on the tracker too, because I don't think I have yeah, I don't have my my thing here. He'll be in the low end, and I have to pay this dude's tab too. Their surgery and the bright market. Let me see what I want to do here. We got the low end. Oh, Lemamina's unit. Babysit Mina. A ticket out. Unless Lem gets time in the ship, he won't qualify for that lottery. Watching Mina gives him that chance. What I'll do here is, I'm trying to think of how I can get some food. Oh, what's this? Scale the spoke and enter the spoke. I don't have any into it. That's okay. I do have 2 scraps, so whenever the scrap things come, the scrap ships come back, I'll be able to sell that or so. But I am starving. I don't have photosynthesis on me. Fang's Bay. He needs the data to get paid. I think I'm gonna work on that, so let's do that. Ah, yes. So this is for data actions. Essentially, you need that one. You need to match the input. So I don't have a 1 here. Let's keep looking around. We got an agent. That's a 2. Aha. Okay. We have, with a squawk of noise, the old gate flips open, granting access. Okay, we got some access. I need a 1. I think I had a 1 too. We need a 4. Well, sheesh, I don't have anything. Well, that kind of sucks. Alright, today just isn't my day, huh? I need a 1 to like a 4, so... Man, all of these are 1s. Oh yeah, that's why I need to move. I was trying to move quickly. What about this one? I need a 2. Okay, so I can't do this today. It's over here. There's a gate. We're not there yet. Okay, yeah, we can't do anything here today. So let's open our eyes. Oh. It's coming together block by block. Each cycle you see another piece slot in place. Okay. I need to upgrade my engineer. So, kind of stuck. Let me see what we can do here. He'll pay you for any Solheim data you dredge up. Okay, cool. We'll get that once we get some 1s, 2s, or 3s. What's in the rotunda? We can steal some dock plans, which gets us to being a dock watcher. Kind of want some money before we end the day. The low end. No one knows you here. You'll need to change that if you want to access the low end rail. Yeah, that's right. I forgot we have to get more out of that. I don't know if I want to help him. So basically this helps him get his access. And I just need money. I need money. You know, they say more money, more problems, but in my case, I just need all the money because I have to pay this dude's tab in 3 cycles. So on top of me having to pay for my stabilizers. What's in these offices? That's a ship mine fragment and a yada gun data. So this is how I can get some money too. It sucks that I don't have that. So I guess what we can do I could put some into this. I think this gives us some money. Yeah. Your boy needs some of that. Thank you. Okay. So I'm gonna lose a dice at the end of the day. That's fine. And the cycle. I do have some scrap to sell too, but I got 91 cryo. It's not a bad day. I'll probably go buy another stabilizer. Okay, we got some ones. Let's go hacking. I think it was here. He wants some Solheim data. Extract that data. And let's get the other one. Oh, it's a 2. Nice. Ooh. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver. Its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly, a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown, astringent, processing. Stay still. Please hold. Ooh. That's not... That looks eldritch. The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What are you? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity, identify, origin, serial, cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. Sleeper, essence arb. Unknown, known. The figure's strained head rotates. Brackish signature, of and not of. Attempting interference. As the figure speaks more, threads begin to spiral from its head. Thick, snaking, vine-like ribbons. They approach you with intent. Run. You kick off and you glide through the cloud, threads surging after like predatory tentacles. They follow, wrapping the space around you until you are held within a web, a tangle of tentacles closing in. Stop! Hunter halts its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I'm a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste, the one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dock? An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. Strike. You lash out with all your force. Not a physical strike, but a focusing, a spike of interference, leaping out like a tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. We wake up. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. And we're gonna bring ourselves back. And that was the Hunter. Now this one, I don't know if we'll be able to help him. I can see here. I don't know if I want to put a 1 there. I think the negative, I forget what the negative does. We're gonna see. Ooh, nice, I'll take it. Okay, well let's give Fang some of his stuff. Where is he at? Rotunda, Fang's Bay, here we go. Let's give him some of this data. Scoping the systems, nice. Got to end the day here. So we got 2 more cycles before we have to pay him. I'll hold off on... I have 153? I mean, let me at least go get one. 100. I will take it. There we go. So we have what is it? A passer key for an apartment found wrapped around a stabilizer vial. Oh, we got an apartment. As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshio's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer vial, clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand and a thin film marked with holes and sigils unrolls from around the vial. At one end, it has a hard metal strip, a handle. Inspect the film. You hold the cloudy film up to the light. It is perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You make out a word among the markings. Passkey. Is this an entry key for somewhere? The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you can see a set of numbers imprinted onto it. 207F, and then crudely scratched into the handle at some later date, low end. For a moment you consider going back to the surgery to return the key and then quickly think better of it. Did Sabin want you to have this? Or is Toshio passing on a message? Time to head to the low end to find out. An upgrade point, please. Bring my Endure back. Thank you. Kind of a wasted point, but it'd be like that. We got an apartment now. Nice. As you push the door open, the automatic lights flicker on inside the apartment. They reveal yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of wall-mounted utility units, the detritus. I love the words they be having in this game. The detritus of a routine life arranged on every surface. You stepped inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the aging fixtures glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects, indistinct in the dull lighting. A pale blue light drifts from a doorway at the end of the room. Inspect the surfaces, please. Smudges through the thin layer of dust suggest a recent, rare, and hurried visit. They trace a path to the water dispenser, the auto wash, then to a cabinet still half open. On the shelf sits an empty pill case. You cross the cramped utility room, with its auto wash, dispensers, water closet, towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room lit only by the faint glow of a terminal screen. Approach the terminal. As you approach, there is a crackle from somewhere in the dark. Sleeper. Sabin's voice shakily echoes through the apartment. Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there. I have had to make alternate arrangements. You hear rattling noises, static. I was able to record this message, but I don't dare to show my face. Something is happening within Yatagan. I no longer trust them. Their voices become distant, slipping behind the background noise. I have something to ask of you. I want you to get me out. Yatagan were supposed to hide me, to protect me. After everything happened, I was desperate. And then after that, I was too tired to care. A noise like waves passes over the recording, but I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw the dead. But I need insurance, something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information, and as you know, you need me. A pause, something clicking in the dark. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. I know sleepers. I have been here before. I can help you, but not with Yatagan's noose around my neck. Get me data, get me information, get me something I can use against Yatagan. Then I can get out, and you can get what you need. Please. Waves of static cut into Sabin's voice. Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get to it when I can. You look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabin living here. Working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal in the dark. The recording cuts to static, filling the room with its white hiss. Then silence. You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. They left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away behind passcodes. It seems Sabin might not trust you as much as they want you to think. Who does Sabin need to hide from? And what debt do they owe to Yatagan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lab on the desk. Its glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clunking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yatagan. You feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. And I have a new drive. I don't think... Can we sleep here? Ah, we can just upload something. Cool. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to that container one more time. I don't want to inject the stabilizer yet, though. Pay his tab, study the winter light, win a side reel. Okay. Don't leave. End the cycle. I think I'm going to... I'm gonna wait. I think we can either do it here, but I can wait before the end of the day. Yeah, now I can do photosynthesis. And we failed to drive. The moment you leave the office, he doesn't say much, but you get a feeling he has been here, waiting for you to come in. He opens the door and nods for you to come inside. He clears his throat. We've been through a lot, you and I appreciate that, but when I pulled you out of the wreck, I told you not to stick around. You've helped me in the yard back on my feet, but I can't be soft any longer. He stuffs a hand in his own and pulls out a stack of chits. You take them. He presses the chits in your hand. I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor. He straightens up and clears his throat, and you realize he has prepared what he's about to say. These chits are for you to take and do what you will with them. They are from me, and they are the last I'm going to give you. There's no more work for a sleeper in this yard. I'm sorry, but that's it. You stay in the container as long as you need, but the yard is done with you. He turns away. Don't press me, sleeper. This is for your own good. The glassy apertures on Draco's headset betray no emotion. You need to stay away. Trouble's going to follow you here. Trust me. What do you know? I'll not be saying any more, sleeper. He grabs you by the shoulder and drags you out of the office into the yard. He turns you to face a stack of pieces from the winter light, dissected, cut down, totally unrecognizable. You came through that, sleeper. That should have been you, chopped and stacked. His hand trembles on your shoulder. This is what happens here. We cut down broken machines and move them on. Well, I didn't cut you down, but I'm sure as hell moving you on before whoever killed that ship out there comes to kill me. Oh, I get it. Kill both of us, he shakes his head. These ships, they didn't get decommissioned. They didn't break down in dry dock. You think they'd look like that if they did? Someone ended them. That means someone tried to end you, sleeper. And I'm done waiting for them to turn up. We've had our fun. Now it's time. He gives you a little shove. Go on, he turns and walks back to the office. That's it, he shouts and goes inside. Hangs in the air. We got the chits. I'll take it. What do we have here? Unloading containers. Buy some scrap. I don't want to buy scrap. Do have a stabilizer. Oh, we need to complete this one. I need a 4. Darn, I can't get this one. I think it was a lot of 2s and 1s, right? 3. If I had that +1, I could be able to do it, but unfortunately, no. Two. Another 2. Okay, I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything here for today. Can't do this. I need to upgrade that point. That means I gotta. Oh shoot! Do I have to pay? I have to pay that man's thing today, don't I? Oh, that's tomorrow. Okay. Well, how many do I need? I need 3. Low end. I guess I could put some time into the low end then. Let me move the drive. Let's block maintenance here. It's risky. Well, screw me, huh? Let's go and at least watch his kid for a little bit. Safe. Babysit Mina. Oh, I got some energy back. Nice. Ooh, a lot of energy. Love to see it. Okay, I'm gonna also take the stabilizer when I go to sleep too. Unfortunately, I can't get a thing, so let me put the stabilizer. Perfect. And now I'll have all 5 tomorrow. And let's end the day. Yep, something about this one, it's like you think there's like a, I don't know. like a path to do everything at once, but I will let you know there's going to be some things you're going to miss while doing this. Let's get the one. Let's finish this one up. I need a 4 for this one. I'll get paid and complete a drive. Yeah, and this also ticks down the hunter too, so that's something to be careful of. And what else do we want to do here? Let's go to Fang. Oh, this isn't Fang. Whoops. Go back one. Fang's Bay. I got the 2 symbols mixed up. What can you do? I at least want to get this this tracer off of me. As you enter the bay, Fang is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark and staccato rhythms, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghost. Shitheads. Fang's voice echoes from behind a stack, following by the hammer of a fist on the metal casing. These snaky shitheads. Who's snaky? Sleeper! Fang's smiling head pops out from behind a stack. Just the emulated consciousness I've been eager to see. Come back here. Pick your way between the thrumming stacks, try not to trip on the loose bundles of cables that blanket the dark floor. Fang is sat in front of a set of monitors, mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Fang waves at a monitor to his side, glowing with pale list of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links and data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of institutional records. Shitheads? Maybe not all of them, but what kind of shitheads? Solheim? Bingo, he taps at the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's Originals owners. And he leans past you and scrolls down the list down. This one. This is a snaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with a finger. The name reads Harden Hurst. Who's Harden? That, says Fang, giving you a sideways look, is the thing. He drags a stool out beside him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Harden Hurst in Havenage. He waits for your reaction. In Havenage? That's it. He's right here on the station now. Just think about it. Decades ago, Harden worked on this station as he leans across the monitor, Senior Strategic Operations Executive. He raises his eyebrow at you. Or eyebrows. Our Harden was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Good old Harden shuttled thousands of Palladium rush ruckers into an infrastructure, which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight back into Solheim. So what? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I am a child of the collapse. Fang turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships. They breathed Solheim air and slept in Solheim beds. Typical corporation stuff. Fang's voice rises as he speaks, his hands fist on the terminal edge. And the work that paid for that existence, the cycles of hard extraction out in the belt, Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Disposable. This guy, stabbing at Harden once again with his finger, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, is still going, still here, crawling in the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. But how? These guys, they were big time. There's a lot money can get you if you're a company man. But how is Harden still kicking? I really don't know. He turns to you and smiles, so we're going to find out. Harden is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. He brings up a map of the lower eye. Havenage might be born out of Erland's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy it is not. Harden happened to float to the top. He zooms in on the fire yards. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid and they don't like anyone from systems digging around their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of a Solheim executive. We need proof. He holds a thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardenhurst. Getting into the compound might be tricky, but you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. If you can extract yourself a Havenage cipher from a Havenage agent, they sometimes carry them among their data caches. You can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any open port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. So what do you say? You up to it? Sure. I knew it. I knew you'd be happy to catch this snake. And don't worry, once we know this guy, I'll start work on that tracker of yours. I haven't forgotten. He scratches at his chin. Anything the worm gets, it'll send it back here to me. There's nothing wrong here, and I aim to get to the rotten core of it. You leave Fang digging through data among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the Eye as it once was, a vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Harden. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured from the surrogate systems, looking for a new life. The hope of a better future, engineered to line someone else's pockets. It's an idea you are intimately familiar with. You think of Harden, still alive, still part of this place, and you wonder if the past is ever truly past. So we need to... well, two things. We still gotta help them out. I can at least do one of them, right? Actually, wait, before I use one, let's check. That's a Yadigan agent. Let's see what it takes to get a Havenage agent's data. I need a 2. Oh, don't tell me these are all 2s. It's gonna suck. And then I think this is what I have to get into. A Ripper Worm. Okay, I don't have a 2 on me. Yeah, I like to get rid of these 1s. They're not all that great. Okay, got an encrypted key. It's able to unlock the station's aging mag logs. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I have 116. Oh. You have 2 cycles to pay the tab. He calls it being fair-minded. Let's pay his damn tab. I like how I have exactly half what I need. I can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh comes from along the bar. You look over to see him leaning across in a pool of light, empty glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor, but this cycle, the place is packed. A load of spacers mixing with the locals. Usually they run. He spins a glass on the bar, or they go spend their savings on some local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay. I'm done. Wrong. Not even close. He gets to his feet. Glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? 1 round of drinks and we are even? Sleeper. Come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from a chest holder. What's wrong with you? He laughs hard and the people around him turn to see what's happening. You think this is on me? I think someone in your position might have a better idea of how this all works. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with SNR, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. He closes the gap and stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or 2? I'm nothing like you. That's what I'm saying. Addressing the bar, now having noticed the attention from the other patrons. You are a coward. I'm a professional. No, you're a drunk. That's what you are. Though I should thank you. He nods, his head heavy. For giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know? Real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds a finger in that general direction without turning around. Shoot me or let me leave. Oh, I see. Toughening up here, he gestures wildly at the crowd. Thumbs up or thumbs down, folks. Most turn to their drinks, no longer interested in this tired show. Ethan mutters insults as he walks back toward the bar. He sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glass for one with something left in it. The thing is, Sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours, and it will always betray you no matter what. He finds a glass and downs the contents. So please go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another. He laughs. He laughs and taps the bar. I'm just gonna leave. You turn on your heel and are out of the cloying dark and the sweat stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast on the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. Yep, upgrade point. We need one for engineer. Great, so we can actually go do the other bit. I think I want to help watch, either do Lem and Mina's unit. Let's at least complete this one more time. I kind of feel like putting at least one of these in here. Ooh, nice. Take it out, some energy. I'll do a 3. Hey, there we go. She's asleep, whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as he does. You are perched at a thin bar in the main room, the slate in front of you still glowing with Mina and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only world Mina has known, with a stick figure standing along its edge. The tall one is you. That's my boy Lem right there. Hard-working man. Drink? Asked Lem, producing a worn-looking bottle of a Girol from under the bar, its contents glowing amber. Sure. He nods and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers, then sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers, and you clink the metal containers together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate this time around. Lem gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side rail. He grins broadly. Clearly, he has been desperately to tell you all cycle. Amazing. He holds up his drink. Could have done it without you keeping an eye on little meanie back there. He shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, Sleeper? I haven't seen her much of these past cycles. She's doing great. Of course she is. He playfully squeezes your shoulder. She talks about you a lot, you know. Draws you. I'm glad she has a friend that isn't me. His eyes drift to the bedroom door. You okay? I can't take all the credit for Mina. She's actually not mine. He gazes into the middle distance. I pulled her off of a refugee shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. So that's the thing, if you're gonna be out here living on a space colony, some of them fail. And then it's hard for people to even get off. Just picture if you were broke at that. Now to continue, eventually some of the residents try to make for the eye on these decrepit old shuttles. He sloshes the drink around in his tumbler. They had no idea that they were what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway here. Everyone spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapons locker. She was ice cold when I reached her, purple lips. He shivers. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let go. The medics treated her with me still clinging to her. He takes a drink, still not sure why. He reaches over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand. We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. But once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here. We saved her. I'm going to sound like an idiot now, but she saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around the decaying unit. It's stained plastic plating and flickering lights. Me, I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost, but I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, Sleeper? What then? The Cyril will sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? You'll make it. Sorry, I know you don't have it any better. He looks at his cup and pushes it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now. Both of us with a chance. Together. That's right, we hold on together. Imagine all three of us riding the side rail horizon out of here, to a new world. He looks into his glass for a moment. I think I drank too fast. Lem stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. Me too. All right then. He catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it, from both of us. He pats your shoulder and you slip out into the dark of the hall of the walkway with thoughts of little Mina on your mind. Hey, another upgrade point. I kind of wonder if I should at least get the Intuit to base or just save up. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. That's actually not bad. I'll just need another upgrade point. Transfer intercept chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Oh, chance to gain cryo on interface, yeah. I might hold on to this point for now. And I have like one more thing to do for the day. can't really. I could go to the bright market, but let's at least put a point. Oops, here we go. Let's put a point into the side rail hole. 100% positive. Hey, got some 15 cryo, and I got some scrap. Okay. Let us end the cycle. Let's try to get one more cycle in, and we'll probably call it a stream. We're at the end of this episode today. Okay, there it goes. There's the sunbathe. A lot of ones. I at least want to see if I can get some energy. Nice. I'll take that. I think it was getting that Solheim, right? Oh, I have to go to the agents. But they need a 2. This is why interface helps. I think this is for those keys. Actually, I will spend one on these. Encrypted key, I'll take it. I believe, if I remember correctly from my old playthrough, those keys come into hand later. I'm trying to get him off my back, man, but I need a 2. That's the thing about those dice rolls. RNGesus keeps getting after me. I'm gonna put one of these here. That's a guaranteed positive. Gave me some bread. There's not much else to do. Let's go to... I don't want to put it all there yet. Let's go to the low end. Okay, endurance is up. Low ender, okay. It's risky. It turns to a 2. Random scrap item and oh, okay, cool. Random scrap. Oh wait, we still got some time for another cycle. Oh, I could do another cycle. I didn't know that was gonna be that quick. Kind of sucks trying to move it, you know, move it to the next thing, but it is like that. It is what it is. A ripper worm and an encrypted key. We have 88 cryo. At least we have some energy still. I can still have 5 Oh, we got a 4. Good. Let's do this for energy. Nice. I'm trying to see where we can sell. I remember we can sell this scrap, and I know we can use scrap for something else, but yeah. Okay. What else we can do? I do want to put some here. Me some bread on hand so I can pay that dude, get saving out, help complete the horizon, hack a Haven's Angel to get a cipher, and help Fang. So gotta do extract the pass to get to disable, and then I need to also, I guess, also help saving out too. Let me go and try to get an agent's thing. Oh no, did I use the 2? Oh, I didn't mean to use the 2. That's what I get. Yep, it's all 2s. Darn it. Okay. You live and you learn, right? Don't be me, kids. Well, hang on. We can get a Yadigan agent. How much, what do they cost, actually? That's a 1, okay. Okay, anytime I have 1s, I need to come out here. I need a 2? I could have sworn, man. Nope, nothing here. They all take 2s. Did I use the only 2 I had? I'm tight. Yep, 2s. When you play this game yourself, be sure to check the things before you do it. I don't have any Yadigan data. No Yadigan data here. What can we do? I could get some energy, but I think I'm good on energy. Steel dock plans. These are critical actions. I could do that. I'm trying to think. What else do we have here? Either that or the low end, right? Do we still have the bright market here? Oh, I forgot about this one. You know what? I will use that point to at least get the Intuit off. So that it's not costing me a limb out here. Okay, and let me get one more, please. At least a neutral. There we go. Got a new drive. What's that new drive? Build a ship mine. You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by Ort Exchange, and with that and a few fragments, you could build a ship mine core. Gain access to the Ort fabricator. And here we go. We can sell scrap. Trusted trader. There's an old ship mine fabrication stack. Okay. Play the exchange. The flow of chits. Okay. Can net you a good margin, so we can gain some money or sell some scraps. I got a lot of scraps here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes 6. Okay. Okay. And then Emphas. My boy Emphas. Emphas is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables and some red fleck dressing. The smell is incredible. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. You approach. You join the queue. It's mostly made off of off-duty salvagers, vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vest. Grubby mods, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes on bright market dives, their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. Eventually it's your turn. You shuffle to the front. Emphas speaks in a deep, even tone without even looking. First try is free. Thank him. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks, the earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers, Emphas says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap and with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility and its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems you tell him, like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you are unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more, he smiles, but next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms. That's these right here. Each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. So yeah, I think this was asked before, but yeah, this you can still eat. It's like you're like a cyborg, mostly synthetic, but you still have some organic parts. Not like it's a human stomach or anything, but it's kind of like bioengineering, if you will. And I got my energy back up. And a new drive, which is not this one. Get to know Emphas. So if we eat at that stall, that's where we can basically get, you know, some get some energy for like a lot of energy. So let's go back here. Let's keep working on the horizon. Get some bread. Got 118, so we should be good. I think I'm gonna lose. I will lose a dice, but I kind of want to see if we can get a 4. We gotta have a 3. We need a 2. Shoot. Okay. Looks like I got one more. Pay 15. That'll get us some energy. I don't mind the energy. Let's kind of work on the low end here. Wait, I have a 3, but I don't think I can even get any of these things. Yep, still 2. That's what sucks. RN Jesus doesn't like me today. Let's see what we can do here. Yadigan agent, a key node. Okay. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, 150. We're not there yet. We don't have that much money. We're kind of on the hook for some people here. Spoke climber. So like that being the hunter said, there's something up here. So that's a path we can take too. This kind of sucks, but let's go to the low end and work on this. Ooh, nice, got some energy too. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I kind of would like to work, at least for this day here. What's this? Noodle factory and delivery. Express delivery, delivering noodles. It takes guts. He'll feed anyone who does a shift. Huh. Okay, interesting. I will do a shift at the ship. Good, good, good. So we're about like halfway done with this here. I believe we're waiting on a drawing whenever that happens, and I need a dang 2. But we're going to continue this the next time in the next stream. In the next episode, I guess. I will stream this tomorrow again, so please come back out for that stream. And then otherwise, thank you for watching on the YouTube side of things. If you're seeing this, follow me on Twitch at Uncle Burnsy. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Leave a comment too if you must. But otherwise, I do love playing Citizen Sleeper, and I can't wait to finish this game yet again. So thank you, everyone. Have a good one tonight.